Welcome to this videocast for subscribers to davidicke.com. Well, when the BBC wasn't trying to trash claims of a VIP political paedophile ring this week, it spoke to Edward Snowden, the contractor with the National Security Agency in the United States, who has become famous, of course, for revealing the extraordinary scale of human surveillance by the NSA and the GCHQ, its equivalent in Britain, and other agencies around the world. But fantastic on the face of it that this revealed scale of surveillance appears. It really is small deal compared with what is planned, and I'm going to get into that later in the videocast. But it was very welcome to have confirmation of what some of us have been saying for a long time, that people have no idea of the scale under which they are watched, tracked, under surveillance in increasingly multiple ways. And of course, when someone reveals to the public what the public need to know, you'd think there'd be a round of applause, and there has been from people with a brain. But from a government point of view, he has been charged by the American government under the Espionage Act, which had only been used to prosecute 3 people since 1917, until free world man of the people Obama turns up and he started to use it as a tool of suppression and control and silencing those with information the public need to know about. And what we have is a network of intelligence agencies around the world that in some ways compete, but at their core, most of them cooperate. And this creates a hidden web of surveillance and control, which is beyond politicians. I said in a recent videocast, never mind the politicians that come and go, watch that which is always there. So I mentioned it in relation to the British royal family. It's always there. Politicians come and go, different names, different parties. The basic structure of government administration is always there, no matter who comes in and out. And something else always there is the intelligence services. And they are, in effect, a law unto themselves. And I'm hearing now, as a result of the Snowden revelations, not least about GCHQ, that there's legislation being talked about to protect privacy and the extremes of what these agencies are doing. Load of bloody nonsense. You can bring in all the laws you like, but if they're not followed by those agencies through covert means, then it doesn't matter. It still goes on. And like I say, what is planned is hair-raising, even compared with what Snowden has revealed. But what has he revealed? He was talking, like I say, to the BBC this week and explained how smartphones can be switched on by these agencies from a distance, and how microphones in smartphones can be switched on, even when the phone is switched off. And we're told, you see, This is the same old story, that it's to protect us, and it's to protect us from terrorists. Well, it's kind of funny. Another thing they say is that it's to protect us from pedophiles and other people we'd rather not have about. But when Jimmy Savile, the record breaking British paedophile, was committing his horrors decade after decade, he was an inner circle bosom buddy of the British royal family, not least Prince Charles. He was a bosom buddy of the sitting Prime Minister, Margaret Thatcher. Now, intelligence agencies in Britain and police knew about Savile all that time and did nothing. And they didn't tell Margaret Thatcher about him. Sitting Prime Minister, the paedophile coming for tea. They didn't tell the Queen. So all this stuff about protecting us from terrorists and paedophiles and all the rest of it is a load of old flannel, so that we will give our freedoms away to be protected from something that largely doesn't exist in terms of the threat of terrorism to people. Let me give you some figures. Some figures I saw from 2010 were that worldwide, 8 Americans were killed by what is called terrorism, or what was called terrorism, in terms of their fate. In the same period, at least 29 people died from being struck by lightning. In the same period, 1.5 million Americans died from heart disease and cancer. And according to other figures that I've been reading, someone is killed on American roads, on average, about every 13 minutes. And yet, we are having this extraordinary amount of money spent on protecting us from terrorism. And we are having our freedoms and privacy absolutely trashed by using that excuse. But like I say, it's more even than Snowden has revealed. And the key word is smart. It's everywhere. Smart this, smart that, smart the other. And what it is doing, step by step, is building a smart grid in which all the different smarts communicate with each other to create a almost, not even almost, a definite technological sub-reality which will be communicating with our brain and emotional activity. Let's just have a look at the smarts. Just a few of them. We've got smartphones, smart tablets, smart watches, smart bands, smart televisions. Going to talk about them later on in the videocast as well. Smart meters. These are Wi-Fi fields in your own home, communicating information from your home, and they can get into great detail about what's actually happening, how many are there, what rooms they're in, back to the authorities. Smart cards, smart cars, smart cars. Eventually, that you won't even drive; they'll just take you where they go. Smart driving, smart pills, smart pills. And I've been writing about this for a long time. Smart pills are when you take the pill with an edible microchip, and then it communicates to a doctor or some authority whether you've had your dose or not, whether you've had the next dose. And this is part of a much greater and even more sinister plan for compulsory drugging of people. Now, oh no, that Ike's mad. No, the world's freaking mad. And people ought to get informed about what's planned unless we get our asses in gear. Smart dust. I'll come to that one. If you think Snowden's surveillance is outrageous, wait till you hear about smart dust if you haven't. Smart patches. This is the smart patch. That is the totalitarian tiptoe, step by step, to the microchip, internal microchip. Smart contact lenses, smart skin, smart borders, smart cities. Smart cities are cities that are designed to be 24/7 surveillance operations using smart technology communicating with itself. And smart dust is massively involved in that. Smart communities, smart environments, smart growth, and smart planet. And smart is used because of its association with its intelligent. Well, it's smart. Yeah, we've got to do this. It's smart. And this is one of the official definitions of a smart object. A smart object is defined as something that interacts not only with people, wait for it, but also with other smart objects. Exactly. That's the smart grid that's unfolding step by step before our eyes. But what they're doing is, while they have this association with the word smart, all these different things are being brought in as if they're in isolation. Oh, it's a smartphone. Oh, that's a smart meter. That's not the same as a smartphone. It is, in terms of its overall planned use in terms of human surveillance and control. And also you have the Tetra system in Britain, the communication system. You have the communication systems in America, like the Gwen system. And these are all part of this global technological sub-reality that's being built all the time.